What's up, guys? Hope you are having a great day. I don't want to keep you too long. Um, I saw some. I saw some data, some statistics in the real estate market. And for those of you who do not know, I am a real estate agent as well. I happen to do this stuff, and I saw some statistics that I think are really interesting, and I want to just share those with you guys. But before I do that, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching the video, just like it. It's free, cost you nothing. Just go on and hit that like button, uh, and we'll be all good. Okay, make sure you hit that like button. But I'm not going to hold you guys too long because these statistics kind of speak for themselves. Um, I just wanted to get on and show you guys. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you. But before I do that, I'm just going to give you some background information. Okay. So over the last year and a half in the real estate market, it's been a record seller's market. And for those of you who are not aware of a seller's market or what that is, a seller's market is essentially where there are more buyers than there are sellers, meaning there's less properties on the market than there are buyers. And because the demand of buyers is so high, sellers have more leverage. So in a seller's market, you may see properties being sold quicker. You may see properties that have no concessions, meaning the seller isn't offering to pay for closing costs. You may see properties that sell for higher than they normally would because sellers have multiple options. The reverse is kind of true in a buyer's market. Properties may sit for longer. There's more sellers, meaning there's more properties on the market than there are buyers. And because of that, if this seller rejects the offer, they can just go to another property and get the property, right? So they're not in a rush where they don't have to make a decision and risk not getting a property because there's more options, right? Same concept with the grocery store. If one grocery store is closed, right, and there's a bunch around and you can go to another one, you're not too pressed on whether this one is closed or on whether they have this, because you can always go to another one. But if that's the only one, if there's a limited amount of groceries, or there's a limited amount of resources in that store, but everyone wants them, they may sell for higher, they may go out quicker, all those things. Same thing applies in the real estate market. So that's just a general overview, but I'm going to share my screen and we are going to just get into this real quick. Okay. So what I want you to see is this. I'll highlight it. So right here, 72% are having regrets about their home purchases. 72%. That's more than half. That's more than 2/3, right? Almost 3/4 of people are having regrets about buying a home in this recent market. That is crazy. That is crazy. Okay. And we're going to get into why they are having regrets, because I lived through this. I was helping clients through this. I know why people are having regrets. Okay. I know why they're having regrets. And here it is. 30% of respondents said they spent too much money. Okay. Now, I'm going to break this down. In real estate, we use something called comparables, meaning if a property next door to you sold, or a property in your vicinity, we usually do about a quarter of a mile out. If there's no properties within a quarter mile, we go out half a mile, 1 mile, whatever. And then we look at when did that property sell, right? So what was happening in this market was a property would come on the market and it would be off the market in like a day. Okay. And then when it sold, the comps would then show, okay, they asked for 300,000, it sold for 350,000, right? So then we get on the phone as real estate agents and we say, hey, a property sold in your neighborhood, blah, 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 350,000. Cool. Now this other person lists their property for 350,000. Meanwhile, the comps have not caught up yet. So what ends up happening is the comps show that this property is less than what it shows that it's less than what people are buying it for. Okay. But everyone wants a property now. It's a seller's market. Okay. There's low inventory. There's a bunch of buyers. It's high demand. And in a balanced market, we look at the comps and we say, okay, this property is worth this. And then we offer close to that. This was not happening. Okay. I would be working with buyers and it's like the comps are showing this is worth 300,000 and they're like, but then it's like we know if we don't offer 320,000, we don't even have a shot at getting this. Why? Because you have cash buyers coming in. You have an influx of people coming in from different states. You have all of these different factors that are just shutting people out the market. There are people that were putting in 7, 8 offers, not getting anything accepted, shopping for 3, 4 months, not getting anything under contract. So then as that progresses, people get more desperate and more desperate. And they're like, you know what, just we're going to throw the kitchen sink at it. Offer 30,000 over asking. We don't even want to go inside and look. We don't want to get an inspection. We don't want to ask for any closing costs. We just want this house and we're willing to do whatever it takes. Okay. In a buyer's market, we look at the comps. We say, okay, here's what we're going to put in. We put that offer in. There's a good chance it gets accepted. We go through the inspection. We see what needs to be repaired, what's minor, what's major. We ask for concessions or for those to be repaired. And it's pretty smooth. This market was nothing like that. I've never seen anything like this. So let's go back to this. Okay. So here we have where it shows the second most common regret was rushing the home buying process, with 30% saying their purchase decision was rushed and 26% indicating they bought too quickly. So here's what was happening with that. Okay. What was happening with that is you had buyers that were saying, okay, look, I work all week, but if I wait until the weekend or I wait for this property, it's going to be off the market because properties were going in like a day or two over asking price, all this thing. So to get an edge, what buyers would do is they would say, okay, put an offer in now. I don't want to go look at it. I'll look at it later. Don't do an inspection. Don't do any of those normal things. Just put the offer in. Just put the offer in and we'll see what happens. Right. And then what happens? You get into the property, you start noticing things, you start saying, oh, that ceiling fan don't even work. Oh, the doorknob's jiggling. Oh, there's a ghost up in here. I don't know. Casper up in here. Right. This is a home, guys. You can't just go and start talking about I'm not going to look at the property. This is a home, one of the largest purchases that most people will ever make. And we're going to get to a statistic in here that shows how many people chose not to get an inspection because they thought it would give them a competitive edge. Okay, we're going to get into that. So let's continue because this gets a lot worse. Okay. Above and beyond, 31% of buyers paid over asking price, and the median amount was $65,000. Okay. For those of you who don't know what median is half of people at a certain point paid this amount and half paid under that amount. Okay, so that means at least half of the people, right? That means at least the median. Let's read that again. The median amount when people were paying over asking price, 50% or more, or 51% or more of people were paying $65,000 at least. Okay. That just lets you know what kind of market it was. So you have people offering $65,000 over asking price. These homes, many of them were not appraising at first. So you had people bringing cash, a lot of cash, their savings account, right? Maybe they had an emergency savings fund and they were using that to fund this purchase, and that can contribute to the regret. They're like, we have this money saved up for this property, but we also have a savings account for an emergency, but we're just going to use that to purchase the property because we really want this property. So go ahead. We're going to offer $65,000 over asking price, regardless of what the comps say, regardless of what, anyone says. And here's another thing that I'm going to get into. Okay. Many people were bashing real estate agents, saying, oh, this is because the real estate agents are money hungry. And, if the price goes up, they get higher commissions. True, we do get higher commissions if the property is higher and the rate is constant, the commission is constant. But here's the thing. In this market, what would be happening is, if I show you the comps, right? You come to me, you say, Mr. Fitzpatrick, I want to work with you, blah, blah, blah. I show you the comps. Here's what in my professional opinion, here's what this property is showing that it's actually worth. Now, given the market, if you offer asking or below, you will not get this property. And they know this. I had Einsteins coming in talking about, yeah, I see in the market, it's crazy out there. People offering 20, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 over asking. We not even going, we need to be doing that, right? So what ends up happening is you can give the best information and say, hey, this is as close. This is what this property is likely worth, but you're probably not going to get it if you offer asking. So in reality, the real thing is, if you're not willing to compete in this market, if you're not willing to offer above asking, you're probably not going to get the property. That's the reality of the situation. You have a choice to make. I'm not going to make that choice for you. Okay. And in many cases, if it was like, no, this property isn't worth that, it's not going to appraise, many people would say, okay, well, if you're not going to put this offer in for me, I'm going to go find an agent that will. So it's not just, are there some agents that probably were money hungry? Yes. But in majority of cases, we're just looking out for our clients and we're doing what our clients ask us to do. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up soon, because a lot of this is kind of just, we get it already, but I really want to look at this. Okay. I really want to show you this. 36%. Okay, let's go to it. 36% put an offer on a home without seeing it first. Okay, they put an offer on the home without seeing it first. 80% of buyers saying they made more than one offer, 41% making 5 offers or more. About 1 in 3 buyers say they searched for 3 months, while 1 in 8 took 6 months or more. Okay, so you have 36% of buyers that did not look at a property before they put an offer in. And I'm going to tell you something else that nobody's talking about. Okay, in Texas, there's something called an option period, and you pay a fee. Okay, it's usually around $100, but you pay a fee so that you can have a certain amount of time, usually between 5 to 7 days, right, to go in, do an inspection. And if that inspection comes back, or for whatever reason you want to back out of the contract, you don't lose your earnest money. Okay, that fee is non-refundable. So $100 so that you can back out and not lose possibly 3,000. All right, many people say that's worth it so they can have the time to go in and do the inspection. I was seeing offers where people would be putting $2,000 in option period money, meaning they're giving the seller $2,000, right? Because it's non-refundable. They're giving the seller $2,000 to try to be more competitive, saying, "Look, we want this option period, but we're going to give you $2,000." Why? Because they didn't go look at the property first. They didn't walk around the property. So they're saying, okay, well, we're going to walk around the property when we have the option period, but we're going to get our foot in the door by giving this option fee period. So you had people paying $2,000, $3,000, $1,000 just to get their foot in the door because they couldn't go look at the property because they probably had to work all week. And they said, we're going to pay these couple thousand dollars. You haven't looked at the property yet. Okay. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to wrap this up soon. It's almost over. Another thing. These are the most regrets. Okay. Almost half, 43% waived a home inspection. 43% said, you know what? We don't need to inspect this. We don't need to know if there's foundation issues, plumbing issues. We don't need to know all of that. We just want to get in the house and we'll figure it out later, which costed them money. Okay. Right here, 77% have had to pay for an unexpected repair, which I don't know. I don't know how you can say that a repair was uninspected or like how don't you expect that something may be wrong if you didn't get an inspection, right? Like you were just sitting there like, I don't need an inspection because I just know everything about this property. No, you know nothing about this property. You didn't get an inspection and now you're saying that it's an unexpected repair. No, if you don't get a inspection on your home, you should expect to be making repairs. Okay. You should expect to be making repairs. That's the whole point of the inspection, is to uncover what repairs need to be made so that you're informed moving forward. Okay. Look at this. 60% of respondents paid more than $1,000 in their first year for repairs that were unexpected. Okay. And these are just some tips, which, that'll be a different video. But I just wanted to get on and show y'all. Look, the housing market is cooling down right now. It's cooling down. There are price drops. I've seen prices drop $80,000, $50,000. I negotiated a contract recently where we were able to get the property $10,000 under asking with $2,000 or $1,000 in concessions, right? So the housing market is cooling down. I just wanted to show you guys that and say, look, if you are shopping for a home, or you're out there and you're feeling like you don't know what you're doing, contact a professional. Okay. And also, this is not professional advice because I don't want anyone to think that this is a agent client relationship. I'm just giving you information. If you actually want to be a client of mine, reach out to me on Instagram at Fitz_realtor. Fitz_realtor. I'll put that in the description. But just to be clear, this is just general advice. I don't know your specific situation, so don't run off and do anything based on this information until you get actual professional advice on your specific situation. This is just general information saying, hey, look, a lot of people regretted buying over the last year and a half because they paid too much. They didn't get their properties inspected. They didn't ask for any closing costs. They didn't see the property before they put an offer in, and they paid way too much. Okay. So I hope this helps. If you have not liked this channel, like this video, do that right now. Let me know if there's anything I can do for y'all. I have a live coming up on Friday where I'm going to be talking about why Joe Biden is not the reason you are losing. Okay. Many people are trying to blame the president. Many people are trying to blame other people for their issues. I'm going to dive deep in, speak some truth, and really try to just help people through getting out of that limiting belief mindset and moving forward with their life, not being in a place of stagnation. So look forward to seeing y'all on that. Until next time, I'm Coach Fitz, and I'll see y'all later.